the maker behind MIRAS here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And today I have another weekly update for you on my knitting. So grab something to knit or grab a drink. I made myself a tea before this. It's still hot. And yeah, we're starting. We have some projects to go through because I had 2 new cassons. I know I didn't want to cast on anything new before finishing my stuff, but yeah, I accepted 2 Testknits, so of course they come first. And yeah, I started knitting on them quite a bit, and yeah, I don't really know where to start. Yeah, I guess we're starting with my first Testknit. This one is for Sophie, I think it's Hennings from the Knit Pearl Girl, and this is her Farnham tee. I think it's tee or shirt. It's the summer version of her sweater. And yeah, I fell in love with her sweater design, and I'm pretty sure I will make it maybe in the winter. And yeah, my goal for this year is to knit a lot more summer stuff. So when I saw she called for test knitters, I applied, and yeah, I got it. And yeah, so I'm knitting it in 2 strands of pure silk by Knitting for Olive, and the stripes are more or less scrap yarn. So the light peach on top is a merino silk blend. The red one is just 2 strands of merino, and the darker peach right here is also 2 strands of the silk merino. These colors I dyed myself. And yeah, I had the pure silk in my stash for a while. I think I bought it last year, somewhere around there, in the summer of course, and I didn't like the feeling of it, knitted with 1 strand. So I don't even know on what project I was knitting on. I think it was like the skyscraper top by Knitting for Olive, and I just didn't like how the pure silk feels. And knitting with 1 strand of the pure silk I also didn't like, because it splits quite a lot, and with 2 strands together, I think it works well. I like the feeling. It's really, I don't know how to, stretchy. Like, you can see it. Oh, that's the back. And it feels, I don't know if I like the feeling. It feels like there's like oil on it. You know, when you, I don't know, cook or something, and then you clean up your dishes, and you know, there's like a small film of oil on it, and that's how I feel with it. Maybe it goes away with blocking, or I have my swatch here, so I guess I'll see. Oh no, it works. So that's my swatch. I did quite a big one because I wanted to test if I like how the colors go. And okay, so it gets even softer, but I guess that's good for a summer garment. So it's really soft. It's just a weird feeling, but maybe that's because I'm just used to wool and mohair and that kind of stuff, and of course it feels different. And yeah, I'm quite happy with my tension on this one. I talked about it in some of my last videos that when I started knitting sweaters, my purl and knit tension got really bad. Before that I only knitted on cardigans, and then of course there you would knit back and forth and not in a round, and your tension is of course different. And my tension was really good at that point, so you couldn't see me or see where the purl stitches are. And now I feel like you can still see it. I saw it in the camera. In real life it's not that obvious, but here I guess you can really see where I purled. I don't know why it's that obvious, because in real life it's not, but maybe that's just, I have a mirror there, so maybe that also takes part in it. And yes, Oh no, I just lost a lot of my stitches, so I guess I'll be back. I guess it's not that bad because you can fix it here because it's just the white part and not the colored white part. But yeah, as you can see or saw, it's a stripe pattern, so it has bigger sections of the white and smaller of the colors you choose. Her sample, maybe I can put in a picture, is just knitted in one color with the stripes, but yeah, why not use two scraps? So that's why I decided to do more colorful, and I also have yarn for a blue version. So when I finish this one, I will cast on the blue version or blue greenish version, and I'm excited for that one. In that one, I want to use more variegated yarn, and I think that will also look really pretty. But I don't know if I have enough of the pure silk, but I also have some of white cotton merino from Knitting for Olive, so maybe I use that one. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm on the back panel still. It has some short rows, so that it looks like that. And when you pick up the sleeves, maybe I find a picture of her shoulder details. It will be like that. And then when I don't even know if you pick up sleeves or if you sew them together. I have to look. But then your stripes add up or match up, and I love that feature about her design. So it's a really clever design, and I think she's really good to think about just doing it with short rows, so you have a lot of short rows in the back. But to be honest, you don't have to be afraid of short rows. I think it's just people. I was the same at the first. I think people just make you afraid of them. I don't even know why, but I don't think they're hard. Just watch a couple of videos and just take on it like a swatch, a little one, and practice. And then it's good. Maybe don't practice the first time on your garment, because then you're upset when you have holes and stuff like that. But as you can see, their turns are somewhere here. And you can see them. So that's how it should look like. But there are different methods. I use the German short row technique, but I also really want to learn or try I think it's Japanese, because I heard that a lot of people prefer that method. So I really want to try it, but I just hadn't the time for it for now. But yeah, so that's how far I got yesterday. She sent out the pattern yesterday, and then I did this in the morning. I did the swatch right away, and then it was dry in the evening. And so that's my evening work and my morning work from today. I think I knitted 2 stripes this morning, so I guess it's yesterday I just did 1 stripe of each color, so to that point, and that's what I did today. But I really love how this one turns out, and I can't wait to finally have a summer garment. That's why I also replied for a test knit, because of course when you do a test knit you have to finish it, and then it's not that I feel pressured or something, but I'm sorry. But you just keep going and do it, and this will be probably my first summer garment, or the other one. If I finish it first, I will show you, because I actually have a lot of summer whips. Oh, not whips, it's more UFOs, and I started last year but never finished, and with Testknits always finish somehow, because I feel when people give out the pattern, so of course I got it for free, so I guess it's sponsored. The yarn I bought myself, as I said. But I feel like when you get a free pattern from someone, I know some people do it, and I know some designers talked about it, that they sent out the pattern and never got a response, and people just took the pattern and didn't do the test knit. But I don't really understand why, because when you would want to knit the pattern, why don't do it for the test knit? But I guess it's different. I'm not like that, and So we're finishing this one. Let's see if it's finished next week, maybe, because as I said, I'm still in my break from uni and I have nothing to do other than knitting and cleaning our apartment. So I probably have much progress on this one, because when I do test knits, I mainly knit on them. And yeah, maybe we're going to my second test knit. And my second test knit is a sweater pattern in brioche. And it's by Cookie the Knitter. And the pattern is called Agnes Sweater V-neck. I started knitting on the my favorite things, Knitwear Sweater 20. I think it's the V-neck with all the cables. And that's where I discovered that I really love V-necks on me. So when I saw the call for testers, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. And that's how far I am. I went in later than most of the people. Yeah, just because she really needed another one for a bigger size. And that's, yeah, the size I'm knitting. So it's a bit oversized on me. But yeah, I really love it when you knit brioche and it's more oversized. I don't like it so much with stockinette, but with brioche, I don't know, it's also thicker and just feels soft and cuddly, and then when it's oversized, I think it's just perfect. So that's the back panel. I think I do close-ups on the pattern, because then I guess you would see it better. I don't know, maybe if it works, I leave it in. Don't do it. So it's, I don't know what this stitch is called. It looks like, maybe it's the honeycomb brioche. I know it's not called like that in a pattern, but I think it's the same. You just alternate your brioche stitches, obviously, because normal brioche, of course, looks different. It's just more of stripes. And yeah, so here's my little swatch, and I can't knit on it right now because I didn't have the yarn, or most of the yarn, so I bought it, and it comes on Monday. Today's Saturday. And then of course I will keep knitting on this one, and for this one I'm using 2 strands of Drops Alpaca and 1 strand of Drops Kid Silk I had left for my Kente sweater. And yeah, that's how far I got with what's left, and I have the Kid Silk, but I don't have the alpaca. And yeah, so I have to wait for the alpaca to arrive, and then of course this will also be, yeah, one of the projects I will knit on the most, probably more than on my Farnham tee. Because this one has an earlier deadline. It's in the beginning of April. Is it April? April. And yeah, as I said, I started later, so that's why yeah, I have less time, but to be honest, I don't really care, because I have the time to knit on something faster. And yeah, I guess that's it about this one. And what I really love about the pattern, I don't know if they posted about it on social media, but with Testknits you're like in a group and help each other out, and everyone shows their progress and we hype up each other. And I love that with this pattern a lot of people choose brighter colors or colorful colors, because I feel like with most Testknits you always have grey, beige, brown, white, cream. And with this one, I think most of the people have blue. A lot of people have blue. And then someone has a bright orange, and I really like that version too. So yeah, maybe that's because summer's coming closer. So that's why I also choose it. And yeah, it's so soft, and I love how this one turns out. So I'm really excited for this one. And of course that helps with knitting on it. So keeping in the sage green or soft green vibe, I have another, oh, it's the wrong way. I have another, oh, that's the other summer long time whip. I have, this one is the Cami number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. It looks that long on top, but when you put it on, it stretches out and it's fine. And yeah, I'm knitting this one in cotton by Sustrine Grene, and the reason why this one wasn't finished last year is because I knew I would run out of yarn, and that's how much I have left. And yeah, I went to Berlin to buy more of it because here where I live we don't have a store. No, first I bought it online and I chose the wrong color because I had didn't have the band left with the color name, and then I went to Berlin and bought the wrong color again. So now I'll just use a different color to do the double knit edging on the neck and on the arms, and I also think about doing it down here, but I see how far I get with the yarn. If I get far enough, I don't do it, and if I do, then I do a colorful edge on this one. I don't know what color I want to use. I have a lot of this cotton because it's really soft and I love knitting with it. I don't know how it holds, so I can't really recommend it yet. I've half knitted with the Howie cotton before, and I prefer this one. It's really soft and it has beautiful colors, and a lot of them. And in store they're more than online, I think, but you have to see. To be honest, I don't know if they have the cotton right now because it's still winter, or yeah, spring maybe. So yeah, but I really love this color. I love, yeah, how this one turns out, and I started knitting on it again. Here you can see it. I'm knitting it inside out. I don't really know what happened, but that's what was left last year, so I guess I had to. But yeah, where the flower is, that's, focus please. So where the flower is, why is it not focusing? I don't know. Maybe it's like that, better to see. But it's here. And I knitted that much. I think that's pretty good. I'm just knitting 2 or 3 rows a day on this one, just to get it finished one day. But yeah, it's not my priority right now. So I just knit on this one when I need a little break from all the other stuff I'm knitting on. And yeah, I'm also knitting on a secret project for my 52 Weeks of Sock series, where I knit my way through the book and draw a pattern in the beginning of, I guess, the video or when I start, and then I knit on it, but I don't want to show it because, of course, then I give away what pattern came out of the drawing, and I don't want to do that. All I can say is that I have or had some problems with it. First, I didn't like the color with the stitch pattern. Sorry. So I used another color, and yeah, it just takes me a long time to finish them. it's been a week and I still haven't reached the heel. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy that I choose to knit 2 at a time. To be honest, just to save some needles. And so on one needle, and then also to, I guess put in the heel at the same point and stuff like that. And it just keeps me going better. And I just had the problem a couple of months ago when I mainly stopped knitting on socks, that I didn't do the second sock. So I guess I had then finally the second sock syndrome. I knitted like 10 pairs with no problem, but with these ones, it just takes me longer, but I'm happy that I knit 2 at a time. So when I'm done with the harder part, I don't have to knit it again. So that's also great. Yeah, moving on to the cardigan I'm knitting with my friends on our knit night. with Judine and Rachel. I'll link their channels down below, and we decided on a colorwork cardigan. You've seen it in my last videos. This one is the Smil Gas cardigan from Testknits. And yeah, I'm knitting it in a darker color. It's all from my stash. So it's Drops Flora. It has 56% wool and 35% alpaca. And it was a bit... It's not scratchy, maybe a bit for some, but I don't like the feeling of the flora by itself. So I used a second strand of some baby alpaca from BC Garn. It's 100% alpaca, but I don't really know more about it. It's this one. And yeah, now it's really soft. I love the fabric, and I will for sure knit something else in this yarn combination. It's perfect. And the blue is some hand-dyed sock yarn with just a Testknits silk together. And I finally finished the color work. I know last video I was talking about struggling to knit it, because of course it's back and forth and it's a really oversized cardigan. So it's just a lot of knitting. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of purling color work, and now I understand why people steek their cardigans. Just because it's faster, easier. I like it way more, but yeah, I will also knit on this one, and I love to try new techniques. And actually with this one, it was the first time that I did lifted increases, and I love how it turns out. And that's why I used it on some of my designs. And yeah, I finally finished the color work, and now I wait for the others to catch up, but that's no problem because I have my Testknits to knit on right now. And then we'll knit on it again, I think on Wednesday. We have to go to have some of the color work done, and then I can knit on them again when we do another now we choose Discord to meet each other and talk and see each other, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's about this cardigan. There's not much to talk about other than I love the yarn combination I choose. And I guess that's it. So we have another 2 projects, but now we're doing a small break because I talked about in my last video that I wanted to sew some project bag for myself. So I sewed 2. This one is actually was a dress of mine. I sewed way back, and it was just too short. It was not even covering my hips. So yeah, I used or reused the yarn for, I think it's really light. I hope you can see the pattern. I reused the yarn for this project bag, and I also did little tags with some quotes to, I don't know, it was just for decoration, and I messed up with sewing on this one, so I have to hand sew it on. And inside we have a sock project we can talk about later. I just have some pockets. I don't know if it's easier to show like that. So we have some bigger and small pockets to put in. I don't know how to show it, to be honest. But there are some pockets in there for needles and stuff like that. And yeah, also sew a little pouch where I keep some scissors and stitch markers and stuff like that. I love that it really opens, so I can just lay it flat. I can't really hold it up because, I'm losing stitch markers. And yeah, so I guess it's a little set, and yeah, it has a zipper and some rings here because I also want to sew like a purse. I don't know what you call it in English, but to hang it around you when I go out, so that I can take my knitting in this bag. I messed up right here, but to be honest, I don't really care. This was my first draft, I guess. And yeah, this is the second one. I love this fabric, and I really want to knit a dress for myself for summer. So this one will come up. And yeah, here maybe you can see the pockets better. It's in the same fabric. And yeah, it also has the little purse. There's nothing in here, so I guess I can show it. That's what it looks like opened. And I'm so happy that I finally, or can finally sew myself some projects bags, because I have none. And right now I'm working on a bigger one. So these are for like shawls, socks, smaller projects, or stuff in the beginning. I keep some of my cardigans in here. But yeah, I'm working on a bigger one so that I can fit in a full sweater. And I have to sew that one up. I cut the fabric, but I just hadn't had the time to do it. But I guess I can show it in the next video maybe. And yeah, I guess to the sock project that's in there. It's another long time project. I don't know why it takes me this long. I really need to finish it. I needed another, I think, 10 or 20 rows from last week. To be honest, I don't really know. And I have 20 rows left, and then 20 rows of the ribbing, and then the afterthought heel, and then there's they are finished. Maybe you can see it. It's the same yarn I used in my Farnham tee. So this is a dark peach and the lighter peach. And I love this yarn for socks. I really want to knit more socks in this yarn. Maybe for summer, because of course they don't get that hot, because it's not a lot of wool, or not only wool. I think it has 70% merino and 30% silk, and it's just so soft. I love the feeling of this one. So I'm excited to finish them. I have one finished, so that's what they will look like eventually. I did some stripes in the cuff, and I love how this one turned out. And have the heel in the different, in the darker peach, and the toe. And yeah, there's just some simple vanilla socks. I talked about in the last podcast how I knit them, and did a small, I guess, tutorial or something like that. Yeah, on how I cast on how much I knit, and then how I do the heel and stuff like that. So I won't repeat myself, but hopefully they are a finished object next podcast. We'll see, I guess. And I think two more. Ooh, I need a break. Give me a second. I have a lot to show this podcast, or whatever update. I don't call them podcasts anymore, because I don't use the normal podcast format. So I call them knitting diaries, but it's, I guess, the same. And yeah, moving on to a sweater I designed. I have it here. It's the wrong way. Ooh, I hope I don't. I just started knitting and designed it, and then I posted about it, and a lot of people wanted to know what pattern it is and all that stuff. So I decided to knit another sample and write up the pattern. I'm right here, so it's still not, but I'm writing up the pattern as I go this time. So we'll see, but it's an oversized, just stripy sweater. And yeah, here I used drops Lima and the white, and then some hand-dyed merino, two-stranded for the green stripes. And with this one, I'm using 2 strands of hand-dyed. One is alpaca and one is merino or sock yarn. I don't really know. and 2 strands of just, I think it's also dyed by me, yes, 2 strands of tonal. So it's the other way around, and that's how far we are. I'm really excited to see if the stripes worked out. I tried it with light beige color. I don't think I have something in it here now. But the stripes were not clear enough because, of course, this is a brown beigey. And then I found this red merino way in my stash, and I thought, oh, that's good because I just had one skein and that's what you need for the stripes. So yeah, and with this one I'm doing this time lifted increases, and as you can see, I don't know if it will show up, but with the white one I just normal increase, so it's also Wrangler, but yeah, just a different increase method. I don't know if it shows up because I can't see it, but yeah, now you can see it. So here you see you have 2 stitches. Yeah, also you have 2 stitches, but it just looks like one right here. In the pattern, I guess you can do whatever you want, because it doesn't matter. It's not more for me to grade or anything like that. So I guess I have both options. And yes, I know I talked about that I'm not a brown beige person. I don't know, I also found it in my stash and I thought it's a good combination, and now I have a second, or will have a second brown beigey sweater. I don't know what happens to me. I'm more of a colorful person, but yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, until this one will be out, it's a lot longer. Yeah, because of all the writing and grading and stuff like that, and it just takes a long time, to be honest. And yeah, my last project to show is also a design by me. It's this really colorful, speckly, white ribbed, tight shirt, sweater, what you want to call it. And yeah, I started on the sleeve. So that's how much I got done. It's not a lot, but it's some. And yeah, I guess that's the progress. I'm excited for this one to be finished. And when I ordered the yarn for my, what was it, Agathe? The Testknits sweater, I also ordered some drops flora to do the same pattern, or a second sample in just one main color. And yeah, I think I do the same to write up the pattern with the second sample with my other stripy sweater, but for this one it will be a lot longer. And yeah, it's knitted with 2 strands of drops flora, or I'm using 1 strand of hand dyed, 1 strand of drops flora, and then 1 strand of a mohair. I'm just using drops mohair because I have a lot of my stash and it's just cheaper for me, and I'm still a student. So I don't have the money to always buy the expensive mohair. But yes, I think that's it for, I hope, my not too long, more short update. I'm also doing what I knit in a week, or a weekly vlog. That's coming up next week, I think. Yeah, of course, because I'm still recording it, and also the sock video will hopefully be up next week. I don't know, because it will be uploaded when I'm finished. I just hope I can upload it before my weekly vlog, because I have, of course, a lot of content from these socks in there, and if I don't finish them before, I have to cut it out. But I guess we'll see. So I hope I see you next week on one of my other videos, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I see you soon. Bye!